What is up, ladies and gents? We are back. I am the Guitarist562 and I do video game guides and walkthroughs. And today we're going to be talking about Stormchaser, the best build for Stormchaser. Now, always choose accessories. If you want a thick heal, then always choose the Horde necklace and the Sinister ring, which requires 9 and 11 reds to activate, giving you a boost of 681 attack power and 13.5 extra crit damage, 1200 defense. I don't recommend this because if you have a Mythic 5 weapon already, you don't need the extra attack power. Accessories I recommend to make the best build for Stormchaser would either be the Necklace of the Golden King, which requires 14 yellows for the 4% crit rate and 3000 defense, paired with the Ring of Arrogance, which requires 12 greens for extra health of 2052 with an additional 4% crit rate for a grand total of 8% crit rate. You can't heal or shield your teammates if you're dead. Other accessories you may utilize would be the Ring of the Plague, which requires 14 whites because you get crit damage of 27% and 1% healing on damage dealt. Pair that with the Necklace of the Golden King for a nice balance of crit rate and crit damage. Remember, you don't need a lot of attack power when you have 2% judgment on the boss. Healing Wave is just there to assist here and there. Weapons will be the Staff of Epiphany if you want to buff your team with an extra attack power and give fatter heals. Use the Protection of Demia if you don't want to waste all of your holy energy on Judgment and be able to use shields and throw healing waves without any issues. If neither of these are an issue, then use the Mark of Faith staff for 27% crit damage. Halidome will always be the Halidome of the Forgotten Knight until they come out with a better offhand. You gain around 600 defense plus. You have a helmet that is the Hat of Desire that lowers cooldown by 2 seconds, max roll, but it's not worth it. Stick with the Hat of Eternity for an extra 1600 defense or the Truth Seeker Circlet, which gives you 4 to 8% crit rate of your choice. Chest piece recommended by the game is the Cloth Armor of Eternity, which lowers the healing wave cooldown by 18 to 36 seconds. I don't use the Nova personally all that much, so I can't justify using it. I have to wait a minute. Still, it's almost redundant to use for speedrunners, but if you take a long time in dungeons, then it's worth it. The Robe of Desire reduces Shield of Faith cost by 14 to 19%, but minor gains that I don't really utilize. I prefer the Robe of Annihilation for extra crit damage or the Placid Mage's Robe for defense of 1600, plus. Survivability is important. Leg Armor of Eternity reduces Shield of Faith cooldown by 4.4 to 8.8 seconds, but because the cooldown is 25 seconds on Stormchaser, it's almost not worth it maxed out. Waiting 17 seconds to be able to use the shields again, you're actually better off using the Twilight Storm Leg Armor, which increases Healing Wave by 7.5 to 15% because the Healing Wave cooldown is 15 seconds. Here I am using the Healing Wave with the pants and the Placid Mage's Belt, which is the best combination. 3,399. As you can see, my heal is only buffed by an extra 10% on the pants that I'm using, gaining an extra 200 on the heal, but it adds up within every 11 seconds that I use it. Here it is without the belt and without the pants. Make your judgment based off what you've seen. The boots will be the Grandseer's boots or the Boots of Annihilation. If you're using the Healing Nova build, then you should pair it with the Boots of Annihilation so you aren't completely out of holy energy. I wouldn't ever use the Healing Nova build, but you might. Stick with the Grandseer boots if you want all-around versatility. Thank you guys again for those that are still watching. The video isn't done yet, but if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button with the notifications on. Like and comment any questions and or concerns so I can get back to you. The gloves will be the Truth Seeker gloves because you're going to need some attack power to be able to give relevant heals. Placid Mage's gloves are good if you want to buff along with the Staff of Epiphany, but the problem is the shields are constantly going to be on cooldown, and unlike Nightwind, you won't be dropping shields like hotcakes. So stick with the Truth Seeker gloves for the extra attack power for thicker heals. If you want to sacrifice heals for more damage, then use the Gloves of Desire for crit damage. These are good for DPS but not so much for heals. If you want to play support, then stick to the Truth Seekers. Shoulders will always be the Grandseer shoulder guards, no doubt. The belt will be a choice between the Belt of Eternity with an extra attack power of 439 to 530 for thicker heals, or you can play full on support and use the Placid Mage's Belt. You can reduce Healing Wave cooldown by 3 to 6 seconds. That may not seem like much, but if you reduce it with a max roll of 6 seconds, then that means you'll be able to dish out heals to the team every 9 seconds, so I definitely recommend that. Don't forget to follow the socials, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at the Guitarist562. Remember, if you love the content that I provide and want to share more than just a subscription, feel free to donate through Streamlabs, which will be in my description box below. Thanks guys, stay blessed.